Here we have got some rules for using the prepositions with a combination of definite article. So for example, they is a preposition that means of or from, and I've got the definite article ale. So what happens when these two are seen together? We'll see that the preposition is they and the definite article is the. So when it is singular and masculine, they plus l becomes a combination and it is formed as they'll. If it is singular and feminine, it is they la. They is the preposition, la is the definite article the for feminine. If it is for plural, they and los, preposition and the definite article. For plural feminine, it is they las, preposition they and definite article the, las. So what we see is for singular and masculine, the preposition and the definite article have been combined together. It is not they space l, it is del, but for the others it is separate. It is not combination, it is not just one word, they are two separate words. Similarly, while using the preposition a means to or at, with the combination of the definite article, what we see is the table below. When singular and masculine, while using the preposition a and ale, it combines together and forms a new word called al. When it is singular and feminine, it is separate and it is a la. For plural and masculine, it is a los, and for plural feminine, it is a las. Again the same thing, that while it is singular and masculine, only then the preposition and the definite article are combined together. For rest of them, it is not combined, they are two different words. Next, we have got the prepositions of place. Now let's learn these prepositions of place so that they might be very useful while framing the sentences. The first preposition of place which we learn is sobre. Sobre means on. Dentro de means inside of. Debajo de means under. Encima de means over or above. For the purpose of accent, this is not encima, this is encima, because of the rule of the consonant C. Next, al lado de, that means besides of. Delante de means in front of. Detrás de means behind of. Entre means between, and entre also means among. We'll repeat it one more time. Sobre means on. Dentro de means inside of. Debajo de means under. Encima de means over or above. Al lado de means besides of. Delante de means in front of. Detrás de means behind of. Entre means between, and entre means among. So I hope you also make a note of all these prepositions of place and keep practicing on it. Now let's move ahead and we'll see what topic we can learn further. And what we are going to see is another part of a grammar module. Here we have got another verb that has a lot of importance in our daily sentence formations. In English we say a lot of there is something, or there are a few things, or ask questions in the form of is there or are there. So in Spanish, these cases are dealt with the word called hay. you can pronounce it as I. H remains silent and this is I. I is the impersonal form of the verb haber in the present tense. We'll see what the verb haber means in the future, but for the time being we'll see its formation. That's I. I has got 4 different meanings, and they are: there is, there are, is there, and are there. I is used for indefinite objects with the following combinations. We'll see each combination one by one. First combination: if we are going to use I with the combination of a or an or some or many plus a sentence. That means I plus a or an or some for masculine, a or an or some for feminine. Algun also means some. Algunos, algunas, muchos or muchas. Muchos or muchas means many, and plus a sentence. We'll see an example. Perdone. ¿Sabe si hay un teatro por aquí? Here I've used the verb I. In English, if you translate it, we get, pardon me, you know if there is a theater nearby. So I wanted to ask a question. There is or is there, and that's why I've used the verb I. Similarly, the second condition, if I'm going to use I plus a number, that, for suppose an example, if we use in English, there are 10 mangoes. So what we have done is there are plus numbers. Similarly in Spanish, I plus uno or una, that means 1 for masculine, 1 for feminine, dos, tres, and numbers, so on. For example, hay uno en esa plaza, enfrente del aquel restaurante. Again, we'll say this in Spanish. Hay uno en esa plaza, enfrente del aquel restaurante. That means there is one in that plaza in front of that restaurant. Next is I plus substantive. That is I plus any general statement. So I ask a question, a general question. ¿Hay playas en Madrid? That means, are there beaches in Madrid? So this is a very general question, and I wanted to use the term are there. That's why I used I. The last condition is I plus alguien, or no I plus nadie. Alguien means somebody, and nadie means nobody, and plus some sentence. ¿Hay alguien en casa? Is there somebody in home? No hay nadie en casa. No, there is nobody in home. Again, there is a rule. No hay plus nadie. You cannot say no nadie because of the rule of negation, that negation comes before the verb. Here the verb is I. That's why no hay nadie en casa. No, there is nobody in home. This was for the indefinite objects. Let's see what we can do for definite objects. If I want to say something similar, that there is or there are or is there for definite articles, to denote the existence of definite articles, definite objects, peoples or things, we use esta or están instead of I. That's because I is only used for indefinite articles or objects, and for definite objects we use esta and están. For example, El teatro está al final de aquella calle. A la izquierda. That means the theater is at the end of that street, to the left. David está en el laboratorio. David is in the laboratory. So make sure you keep a note of all these rules of esta stand for definite objects and I for indefinite objects. All these are very important for getting accuracy and forming sentences in Spanish language.